What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Electric Talks. Hopefully you guys are having a great day whenever you guys are watching this video. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch the last video on this channel, I started an Ironman series because I'm training for an Ironman later this year. And I told you guys that I wanted to try to upload at least once per week on this channel and just show you guys all of the good things, the bad things, everything that's been going on in my day-to-day life with training, with diet, with nutrition. I really needed to step things up with my training, and also I'm doing some new things in the kitchen, just usual type of shit. Hopefully you guys are ready for it. Without further ado, everyone, this is episode number 2. So, all right, what's up, guys? So it is basically the afternoon because I've been editing for the past 7 billion hours. Hopefully you guys are having a good day whenever you're seeing this. So my good friend Harry, who is the co-host of the Strength to Endure podcast, if you guys haven't checked that out yet, go check it out. The link is down below in the description. So Harry is a star athlete. It's the reason why he's able to crush all of his training like he does. Definitely go check out his Instagram and go follow him if you haven't already. So he gave me a workout to do today. Now keep in mind, I've actually had a pretty crazy past couple of days. So yesterday's training session, I did some intervals on the bike, ended up doing a 4-hour training session, and I did a block of intervals, ended up averaging about 240 watts for 4 hours. And the day before that, I ended up averaging, I believe it was 225 watts for about 3 hours. So I've had a pretty crazy past couple of days. Today, I'm taking a day off the bike, and I'm actually going to be doing a run workout today that Harry's actually given me. So, before I describe this to you guys, I try to have one long run per week. I'm gonna be going at 1 hour easy pace. Then the first block of this is gonna be 6 miles at my Ironman pace. I'm not really too sure what my Ironman pace would be, so I'm just gonna go back to the pace that I ran my first marathon at, which is the fastest marathon I've ever ran. So after the first big chunk of time, I have about a half mile at an easy pace. So after I do about a half mile at an easy pace, I'm gonna do 20 minutes of hard effort. What that breaks down to is 1 minute hard effort and then 1 minute off. Then after that, I jog at a very easy pace, and then I run 3.1 miles at my half marathon pace, which is about a 7 minute and 15 to 7 minute to 20 second pace. So that is what we got to do today. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so hopefully I survive this one. All right, you guys, so I'm done with my warm-up, which is about 1.5 miles. Now we begin the first block, which is 60 minutes. We're coming up on the 60-minute mark, running at a very, very, very easy pace, about 8 minutes and 50 seconds. I'd say the hardest part about all this is that I'm doing all this with elevation, with hills. This would be a lot easier if I was on a track. All right, so the 60 minutes at the easy pace is officially done. It's time to go at 6 miles, and I'm gonna shoot for anything between a 7:30 and 7:45 pace. All right, everybody, so the 6 miles is down. I'm not really too sure how fast I ran that, but I'll go ahead and put my official stats on the screen. Now I've got my 20-minute, 1 minute on, 1 minute off session, and then the cherry on top, the hardest part. There's one thing I really don't like, it's running hills. I fucking hate running hills. All right, you guys, so I'm at 20 miles and I'm about to begin the last block. Realistically, I should be at 17 miles, but yeah, that last hill was a bit longer than I thought it would be. This last block, I'm supposed to run it between 7:15 and 7:20 for 3.1 miles. All right, you guys, well, that went horribly. That was brutal. Anyways, it's done. Now I'm gonna jog for about 1.2 miles and then we're done. All right, you guys, so that was insane. I got a little Powerade right here. It's actually some glutamine. There's one Noon tablet in here and some electrolytes, additional electrolytes. This thing tastes amazing after long runs. So if you guys have seen my runs before, you guys will know that if I'm gonna do a marathon, I usually run much faster than, I think I ended up finishing that at like an 8:50 pace overall. Every single time I say fast or slow on this channel, I always get people going like, that's not slow, or that's not fast. It's like, keep in mind, all that's relative to me. I'm not saying, I actually think that's all I need to say. So that was slow for me. Like I did an interval workout on the bike yesterday, and that was the first time I've ever done like a structured interval workout. Today was the first time I've ever done a structured interval workout running. So I was totally like not prepared for what was gonna happen, but I ended up crushing the first block. And I mean, there were a few times I looked down on my watch and I was like at like 7:20. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So I feel like I went a little bit overkill on that when I got into the second block, which is the 20-minute block of 1 minute on, 1 minute off. I feel like that went okay. So it went from going like super, super good to like just kind of okay. And then the third block, I just completely fell apart. It's embarrassing for me to even say what pace I was running at. I think I like looked down a few times and I was at like an 8:40. So I was like, you know what, whatever. All right, everybody. So after that run today, I'm feeling it. I have a bowl in front of me. I picked up something at the store that I don't say this very often, but when I saw this epic box of cereal in front of me, I had to get it because it made me feel aroused. I'm just gonna put it that way. There's no other way for me to say that. It made me feel a little bit moist. Because everybody, we have it, okay? We have it. Oatmeal cream pies have been made into a cereal. Let me actually rephrase that. Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies have been made into a cereal. Now, if for some reason you've never had a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie before, let me just let you know right now that they are amazing. They are legendary. In fact, Christy actually made some on Christy vs. Kitchen.
Yes, I did.
I'm just gonna let you all know right now that this is probably not gonna taste anything like those were. Those were good, but this is probably going to be a little bit better than good. What?
Kidding.
I love cereal. I'm gonna shut up. Give you guys my honest opinion about this right now. Oh, that smells amazing. Here's the thing, when you smell a new cereal and you think it's gonna taste a certain way, and then when you eat the cereal and it's not the way you thought it was gonna taste, that is it's so disappointing. It's happened to me probably like 8,000 times now. Hopefully this is gonna be good. So that's what we got. Little Debbie. So that's what we got right there, folks. I'm expecting deliciousness. That's what I'm expecting. When I'm expecting something good, I always pull out the golden spoon. Cheers. Oh gosh. I need one more bite. Possibly a few more. Okay, maybe one more. It's good, but it's not
as good as mine.
Christy, babe, your oatmeal cream pies are great. Okay, they're just not cereal. I'm judging this based on cereal. It's kind of just like, eh. It's good. I wouldn't buy it again. All right, everybody. So on tonight's episode of Cooking with Eric, we're going to try to combine two things that I've never tried to combine before. If you guys know me, you guys know I love sushi. The other thing I love is pizza. So we're gonna try to make sushi pizza. I actually don't know how this is gonna taste at all, but we're gonna figure it out. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. All right, you guys, so this is, whoa. We got little pizza sushi rolls. That's it right there. Ooh. Don't ask me why I decided I wanted to do this. It sounded like a good idea in my head, kind of. Here we go.
Gross.
It's not bad. That is not bad at all. I mean, I got a cucumber roll because it was super cheap. But like this hits all that flavor profile you need it to hit. This is a little bit more of a saucy piece.
No, babe, that's weird.
You gotta be a little
That
open-minded.
is awful. I need ice cream.
I thought it was good. New shoe day. Got some new shoes. New shoes. Distant shoes. Super excited about this. I saw my boy John, Obese to Beast. I've known John for years now, and he's actually training for a triathlon right now. He's killing it. So go check his channel out. Now, John talked about recently getting these are the Nike. Okay, so these shoes are the Nike Zoom X Invincible runs. I get a lot of questions about the running shoes that I've been using. These are the Nike Infinity Reacts. You guys can see that right there. I've been using these a lot on my distance runs, and on my distance runs, I need something with, I mean, on pretty much all my runs, I need something with a lot more cushion in them because I'm a pretty dense guy. When my feet hit the ground, I can definitely start to feel it after that 18 to 20 mile mark. So I've been searching for a shoe with a little bit more cushion in them, and the ZoomX Invincibles, they've gotten pretty good reviews for being shoes that have a lot of cushion in them. So I really don't care about color. I really don't like. I don't really care about color with anything. Yeah, I'm gonna break them in. I'm not gonna go for a super long run today, but I want to test these out on the pavement. That's primarily where I do most of my running. And I mean, until I can actually find like a track to run at, I'm gonna need something with a lot more cushion. All right, so I'm about halfway through the run. First impressions of these shoes. Kind of feels like I have two boats strapped to my feet, but I'll give you guys my thoughts when I'm done with this run. All right, so that was actually a pretty good session. Pretty slow pace for me. I think I ran that like an 8:38. When I do these shorter runs, I definitely like to cut my pace back by about a minute and just really focus on breathing. I also like to practice things on these runs. A lot of people take breathing as like this thing that we just all do, which is it's very, very true. But the thing that most people don't understand about breathing is that if you really get down a solid breathing technique, you can actually run longer, because by getting your breathing down, you're able to actually lower your heart rate. And when you keep your heart rate lower, you'll be able to sustain your efforts longer. So that's one tip I can give you guys in this video. It's to really practice your breathing. As for the shoes, they definitely are a lot heavier than my other shoes, but I think I'm gonna continue to use them on my longer runs. I definitely don't feel like my feet are as tired, or I shouldn't say tired, but I don't feel like my feet are as beat up. Anyways, everyone, I'm going to get to the rest of the day. I'll see you guys in just a few seconds. All right, you guys, so I just got back from the store. I went there to pick up some stuff, some little stuff. I mean, I got some chicken. I'm gonna make some salmon tonight. One thing I just picked up, which I'm stoked about. I've never had black rice before, so I'm not really too sure what makes this different than regular rice, besides the fact that it's black and not white or brown. So I'm gonna make some of this and show you guys what a typical, kind of semi-typical dinner looks like for me. Oh, and a little pro tip for you guys out there: if you guys are either lazy or you just don't feel like cooking and you want some delicious chicken, I'm gonna use the word delicious very loosely here, but one thing I discovered a while ago was, I would say about a year ago, I bought this Dutch oven. About a year ago, I bought this Dutch oven, and it has been literally a game changer for me when it comes down to cooking chicken and protein. All you really need to do is just take chicken, Put it in here with whatever marinade or seasoning you want. The chicken actually, like, if you leave it in for like longer than an hour at like a semi-low temperature, it actually just gets really juicy. It's not super overcooked. I typically really love protein when it's overcooked, but I don't know, for some reason, this like just, it tastes really good to me. So all you really need to do, just put your chicken in, and literally any sort of seasoning you want, just throw a little bit of lemon juice over the top of it, so it gets nice and lemony. And this is called tahini seasoning. This stuff's super good. So just throw some tahini on top, just like that. And then if you're really wanting to add some pizzazz to it, throw some lemon pepper on top, just like that. Normally, if I bake chicken in the oven, like I usually cook it at about like 375 for like 25 to 30 minutes, but this definitely want to have in for a lot longer. So just put the top on top. You don't need a Dutch oven for this. You can wrap your chicken in foil, and just, you have to make sure that the protein is covered. But anyways, I like to put this in for like an hour and a half-ish, maybe 2 hours, but make sure it's at a low temperature, like 320-ish degrees.
A few moments later.
All right, so now the moment of truth. We're gonna figure out, we're gonna see what black rice looks like. That's interesting. Kind of looks like beans. There we go, that's what black rice looks like. This is what our chicken looks like. Dun, 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 dun. That's what we got right there. I don't really know what to put on top of it, but yeah, I put some salt and some, I can't believe it's not butter on top. Tastes like rice. I have really no other additional comments to add besides the fact that it tastes like rice. Alrighty, you guys, and now for the finale of the video. It's time for my intensity day. Now, if you guys don't know about my intensity days, these are the days that I combine bike rides and runs into one crazy workout. Today's goal is gonna be 3 hours on the bike. I think the most I've done is 60 miles in 3 hours. My goal for that, I really want to get above that 240 watt average, possibly getting up to the 250 mark, which is pretty brutal. My PR, I believe, is just over 60 miles, and I believe about 13 to 14 miles for this type of workout. So it's pretty windy today, but regardless, we got to get started. Woo! That's what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, 263 watts for 3 hours. That was the most powerful ride and the fastest ride of my life. But we're not finished yet. All right, everybody, so the bike ride is complete. Now the game plan for the run is I'm gonna aim for a 7-minute and 30-second to 7-minute and 45-second per mile pace. That's my range for this. This is gonna get pretty brutal pretty quickly. But regardless, it's time to get started. All right, new game plan. If I can hit 16 miles in 2 hours, your boy's getting some in and out. You guys know the drill. Times like this is where you gotta execute. All right, you guys, so a little bit more than halfway in, a little over an hour. Fortunately, I'm running at about a 7:50 pace right now, but regardless, still gonna keep pushing anyways. Let's keep it going. Final stretch, about 2 minutes. All right, everybody, well, obviously I fell a little bit short, about 1.5 miles short of my goal. Ended up finishing with about an 8:22 pace, 14.5 miles. These days are hard. They're definitely challenging, which is why I do them. I gotta say, I'm extremely happy with how that ride went. Sometimes I get a little bit too, I don't wanna say too goal oriented, but I guess I like to set really high expectations for myself. And maybe there are those of you out there that can relate. Maybe you guys are like that yourselves. You know, I always tell you guys to challenge yourselves, push yourselves to do the best you can do. And I know this is gonna sound cliche, but we have to be okay with not meeting every single expectation that we set for ourselves.
You know, we should always give 100% effort every single time, but also at the same time realize that we're human. We can't always be the best. Every session can't always be a PR. Every effort can't always be a PR. You just have to be okay with that. So I still see today as a win. And yeah, I'm still gonna get some in and out because that sounds fucking awesome right now.
I may not have done the 16 miles that I wanted to, but if you guys are new around here, there is one fast food place I actually will voluntarily eat in my day-to-day life. One of them is Krispy Kreme and the other one is In-N-Out. You guys ever have those like restaurants or snacks or meals or like whatever it is, they just like when you eat them, they bring you back to your childhood. That's what In-N-Out is for me. Whew, I'm telling you guys right now. These are like legendary. Just like listen for the crunch. So good. Those taste way better than they usually do. Now, I did get a burger, as you can see right here. This is just a standard double with no spread. Oh my goodness. I'm just having a moment, what can I say? It's been a pretty crazy week of training, but I feel great. I feel like I'm making progress. I feel like I'm getting faster. I feel like I'm getting stronger. Like that's the most important thing, is that I feel good. As I always say, if you guys have anything you want to see on this channel, if you guys have anything you want me to cover on this channel, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. And other than that, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next Electric Talks video.